So how does someone go from living homeless on the streets, strung out, addicted to drugs, to launching one of the biggest music superstars in the world as her manager? Well, I'm going to be able to tell you that story because that happens to be my story. My name's Rick Barker, former manager of superstar Taylor Swift, host of the Music Industry Blueprint podcast, co-author of the $150,000 music degree, and I was blessed to have gone along on an amazing journey. Now, the journey for me started back when I had divorced parents. I went to 3 different high schools. Unfortunately, I never got to finish college because I ended up strung out on crack. I ended up going so deep in my disease that I lived homeless on the streets. But the first thing I did when I got sober on April 4th, 1989, is I went back and continued to get education. I went back, and my goal had always been to be on radio, and I got that dream to come true. In 1991, I ended up in Santa Barbara on radio. 2001, 10 years after that, I started a country radio station, and that's where I started solving other people's problems. That's one of the things that I've learned in life, that if you can solve problems, you will never not work. One of those problems was I created a radio tour for artists that got them paid, which put me on the radar of Scott Borchetta at Big Machine Records, which had in return, he came and asked me to work for his record company as a record promoter. And at that record company was that young lady, Taylor Swift. Now, part of my background also includes coaching girls high school soccer. I coached college soccer. I've always been a builder of teams, but I tease everyone and say that I speak teenage female. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, but I feel that that was God preparing me for Taylor. Taylor and I spent some time together. We spent over 2.5 years together, pretty much changing the game. A lot of the things that we did have become standard in the industry, including artist to fan engagement. But I came and was dealt with a decision in 2008. You see, my last year with Taylor, I was gone 187 days. I would drive from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles. I would catch a plane, land in Nashville, catch a bus. We were touring because I'd never been a manager. I had to learn everything hands-on, and I was about to become an instant millionaire. And I said, God, what's the plan? I'm going to make more money than I've ever seen in my life, but at what expense? Is it going to go out in alimony and child support? Are their kids going to know their dad? So I ended up taking the family versus taking the money. Didn't realize the doors that it was going to open for me. And that's a lot of what I love to share with people right now, is that your past does not define your future. Lately, I've been able to spend some time on some pretty big stages inside the music space. Here's just an example of some of what I've been doing.
We have to focus on what's actually happening, and what's actually happening right now is the world is wide open for you. But some of you guys are scared to go after it. I got into a nice little conversation with a guy where he had me listen to his music, and the first thing he talked about was he was going to get what he was entitled to. So I sent him a text and I said, "Where's the entitled to store? I would like to shop there. If there's an entitled to store, I would like to shop there often." If I say I'm entitled to something, that means I'm saying someone else isn't. And that's not how I roll. I don't believe that. I believe that if you have a message that can change people's lives, it's up to you to go find those people, not those people to find you. And I feel the same exact way. If you are a creator, if you create anything and you're here because you want to get your message out into the world, I want you to turn on the light on your phone and I want you to hold it up. Take a look around. You have the ability to change people's lives. I can teach you how to sing, I can teach you how to look, I can teach you how to rap, I can teach you beats, or I can find people that can do that. When you start waking up every morning going, who am I going to share my music with today? Your life will change, because that's how Taylor's life changed. Her fan base couldn't care less that she wasn't a great vocalist early on in her career. She knew what they wanted. She knew what was going on in their lives, and she wrote the songs about them. Too often you were writing about you, and that's where your problem is.
Being a featured keynote speaker all over the United States, Canada, and the UK when it comes to the music industry is fun, but that's not what my passion is. My passion is motivating young people. My passion is showing folks that your past does not define your future. I'm absolute living proof of that. I also love sharing the stories, the things that Taylor and I did different, the things that ended up changing the way people approach the music industry, like the way that they stay after and love on their fans now. That all started with Taylor and I, so much so that other managers were telling her family they should fire me because I was making her stay after, not realizing that that was something she wanted to do as well. I was just helping facilitate it. Now, I've been speaking at colleges all over Tennessee, the South. I want to come to you. I want to be able to bring this message to your students. I want to be able to roll up my sleeves, create something special for them, and I hope I'm given that opportunity, and I hope to see you on your campus real soon. Once again, my name's Rick Barker, and I appreciate your time.